Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be catching up with day 2 of MONATIONS, Monat's yearly Boss Babe conference. I do want to take, the thing I saved this morning was this screenshot from a Hun's story that says stay away from toxic people. And these two people that are on the screen have gas masks on. You don't think that's a little extreme? Please be less obvious with the messaging. And toxic people, I've no doubt, obviously I don't know what was said when this was on the screen. I wasn't able to find that. But I think it's probably safe to assume within the MLM sphere, based on my experiences and what I've seen the experiences of others being, they probably mean the haters. Stay away from the haters, guys. Which could be your friends, your family, your husband, your sister, your mom, anybody who tries to talk you out of the Monat experience. Here, I just thought a special note. I don't know why I didn't quite realize. Like, I know that the top 1 to 3% get special treatment. I didn't realize that there would be a whole, like, glam room behind the scenes for them to get ready in. I don't know why I kind of thought they would still have to come and like prepared, like get ready at your hotel and show up. No, this top boss babe, who shall not be named, don't out people in the comments, whatever, use nicknames if you want to reference someone. She has like a whole glam thing, and it looks like someone is doing her hair. It looks like a professional because, as you can see on the table there, it's like really organized, the whole setup, and she has her Monat products out. I wonder if the stylist actually used those or not though. This is one that we all need to be jotting down in our notes, guys. Success is never owned, it's rented, and the rent is due every day. Because why not increase the anxiety that MLM reps have to deal with? Because their businesses are revolving doors of people coming in and out all the time, usually just people leaving. It's actually really hard to get people involved in your business. I think this adds a level of fear, like subliminally in the back of their heads. Like they're planting fear seeds into the Monat reps' heads. Like, you can't leave because the rent is due. Like you see the language they use to keep people in. Day 2, they launched their skincare makeup line. Now, they came out with a BB cream last year, probably as a teaser to see how the market would enjoy such a product. Apparently people just loved it. I would speculate that it is largely the distributors making up the customer base in Monat, and of course they were all like hooting and hollering over it because it's the new MLM product. Like, obviously they're gonna be foaming at the mouth. This girl, I wanted to note this because I think this girl, I reacted to her a while ago. She's the one who was dropping some knowledge, but it didn't seem to be that knowledgeable or helpful, easily debunkable based on the sources she cited in her video. It was just, I love the energy, I love the confidence. It was just misplaced. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Anyway, I think I've seen her on her social media. She's gained some actual real life certificates, which is helping her add some credibility to her Monat business. First place, managing market partner, whatever that means. Over 1,000 new customers in the last year. Hooray, they put her name on there. I mostly just added that because I wanted to make that note that I saw that. Okay, and then she got the cutest present from a blank for speaking today with a sweet note that says something, but I can't really read cursive. This says presenter Monat Showtime. I think Showtime is the name of their conference this year. Incredible, jaw-dropping, and cheesy. The MLM Holy Trinity when deciding a name for their conference. They're using someone else's tragedy to push the business, which obviously I don't enjoy. And I think it's wrong. And I don't think it makes you a bad person if you do that, but I do think it adds bad person points to your score sheet, okay? If we're keeping a tally, it's adding some points there. She lost her husband and the business provided for their family. I don't even want to think about what that would have had to look like for her, losing her husband. And did she have to continue working Monat? Did she use her husband's passing? And I'm very sorry to hear that. Is she using her husband's passing to get people to feel sorry for her and buy products and join her team? Because that is not a way to build a a sustainable business, in my opinion, because that will kind of wear off and people will have to make choices whether they're going to stay in or not. And just having that bond over a tragedy isn't going to keep them in, I don't think. Not for very long, because people usually figure it out. That was gross of Monat anyways. Okay, so here's something fun. We all know in the anti-MLM community, we're all familiar with the hey girl message. It's notorious. I sent them. If you're a boss babe, chances are you sent them. And apparently Monat is standing up and changing the game. They want you to send video and voice messages. If I got a video message from someone today that I didn't actually have a relationship with, I would be disturbed. Unless there was like context and, you know, it wasn't like, hey, would you like to try my product? And it's like a video message. I'm going to be caught off guard and also feel pressure to respond if I was going to respond with a video as well, which I don't want to do that. Strange and weird. I send voice messages sometimes because it's easier because I probably have my hands full. And sometimes, honestly, typing with my nails on, I'm waiting for these to come off, okay? So I can do the next step. But sometimes typing with nails is just not the move. Let's go ahead and read. Let's zoom in and read what this example says. Hey, Haley, I've been watching your posts. What is Monat? Hey, Allie, I love to chat. Monat is a naturally based anti-aging hair care, skincare, and wellness company. They forgot to say cosmetics. Monat combines nature and science to produce safe. That could be said for literally anything. Because if you go back far enough, isn't everything or most things natural? Come on. And science to produce safe, clinically tested products that actually perform. Would you like to hear more about the products, the business, or both? Who decides to vacuum at 8 o'clock at night? I don't know. Anyways, it says, you know, the little no emojis and then copy/paste messages, please. No copy and paste. Which is interesting because if you're going to do a video message, you are going to get the gist of what you want to say down. Like you'll probably like slip up words and stuff like I do in my videos, or like, but it's just like if I was doing my intro and my outro and then I just sent it to people, but it's a sales pitch. Okay, you see what I mean? Like it's going to become copy and paste. You just like memorize what to say and you say it. It's gonna give the appearance of being more genuine, but it's not. Plus, you can also have them pre-made and just send them to people. So, misleading, but there's a little secret from someone who is in MLMs. Okay, here's something where Monat is showing their stats, building momentum, global numbers. You can read the numbers if you're interested. I want to talk about what it says up top. Recession? Oh, this is something that every MLM, oh my God, they love to use. Recession proof. Why would that be a good thing? Recession who? You think you're beating the recession? No. MLM, we saw it 3 years ago with the pandemic when all of this kind of, well, I mean, it's been building for a while. But in the pandemic, people were like, oh my God, it's pandemic proof. It's not pandemic proof. You took advantage. Well, because you're a victim and a perpetrator when you're a distributor for an MLM. You take advantage of people who are in a similar circumstance as you, or in worse. And you relate to them and you get them to also believe in this opportunity and potentially stay in for far too long and invest far too much time and money when they could just go work for DoorDash or something that will actually benefit them monetarily, even a small sense of stability, which you will not get in an MLM unless you are a top boss babe. They're still using loaded language here saying retired herself from behind the chair at the salon thanks to her Monat business. When they say things like retired, it's like they're MLM buzzword. I used it in my bio on Facebook. I used to have retired at 22, which technically was true since I wasn't really bringing any money. So by any normal person standards, I was unemployed. And I've been unemployed because then I became a stay-at-home mom. Because you're not retired just because you started your Monat business, which it's not your business. You have little to no control over it and little to no control over the results as well. Isn't that funny? Because it's not based on your work and it's not based on your effort and it's not based on the quality of either of those things. So when they say things like this, it's you think, oh, I'll never have to work again or it won't be as serious because I'm in an MLM. Wrong. And if you want to know more about that, watch literally any of my videos where I talk about being at Itworks for 4 years or reacting to my own content. 2 home birth moms share how they overcame objections and now are making living while making impact. Why is that first line necessary? What does that have to do with anything? How's that professional? Bringing up their birth story. Who asked? And you're just putting it on the screen. Why? Because moms are the biggest demographic next to just women who get involved in MLMs. So this is going to tug on the hearts of anyone who wanted to do a home birth, is interested in it, or who did a home birth. And showing that you can be successful relating to people. Here's another life-changing quote. Do you have your pens and paper? If not, go get one. If you wake up every day, it's going to be great. Mic drop. Todd Duncan wanted us to know that. Sweet piece of information. That is going to motivate me every day. Like if I wake up, it's going to be a great day. Like, hello, I open my eyes. Like this is one thing. And I think I talked about this last year too. They give you nothing and hype it up like it's everything. Like that is, who is that going to motivate? But apparently this girl thought it was worth taking a picture and putting that excellent, well thought out quote on the screen. Here's something from the men's panel. The men's panel cracked me up last year, but let's hear from the men of Monat. These are quotes because I didn't actually find any videos of them talking. How do you show up for your wife? Because the wives are usually the ones doing the business. There are going to be a lot of naysayers and we'll get a lot of no's. This is where I step in and encourage her. No, this is where you learn more about what your wife is doing. If you are a male watching this, learn more about what your wife or girlfriend or whoever is doing, like more about it. Is it an MLM? How to handle that. You know your person. You know how to handle that. I don't. I'm not in your relationship. This is where I stepped in and encouraged her. That's just sad. You're encouraging her to stay in something that statistically won't make her money. It's just going to be taking up time that she could be spending with you, or she could be spending with your kids if you have any, or her hobby, or at a real job if you need two incomes in the house. Blank. Just be patient and don't get mad with her on the phone. Let your wife do what she wants to do. Love that second sentence. Let your wife do what she wants to do. To an extent. When it comes to money being funneled in, especially if it's the money that you are bringing in, like, I don't know how your finances set up. If you guys have like money for each person set aside and you could just take from that and do whatever you want. Maybe that's how, I don't know. I don't know your life. But for a lot of us who are not of the richy rich category, when you make big purchases, like buying these expensive things every month because you're in an MLM, please don't bother me with your excuses. I've heard them all and I've used them all. For any reason, you are putting money into this MLM. You either are or aren't getting that money back. You cannot just silently buy these things and you're not really making your profit back and just expect your partner to be good with that and sit there and just take that and smile and be proud of you and encourage you to keep doing that. That is lunacy. It's okay as the person who is trusted to keep that other person grounded when needed. I'm assuming that's how a lot of relationships are, or should be, in my opinion. I don't know. Why would you sit there and encourage them to do something that is draining them? Because you can see if you're constantly on your phone and you're not a real business owner and you're not like talking to your kids and there's not an emergency, what kind of a life is that? Blank. Be patient with being on the phone. No. Help them learn boundaries with the phone. There is nothing more irritating to me. I'm going to use my little remote that came with my ring light. That when you're talking to someone, they're like, yeah. No, yeah, that's crazy. Oh, she did? Oh. There's nothing more irritating than that, and I don't blame a spouse of any gender or identity. I don't blame you for being irritated with that for whatever the reason is. But when it's in an MLM and you're at the end of the day, most of these people in Monat, it's not worth your partner dealing with that. Just get off the phone. I'm in the season of helping her so I can eventually build my dreams too. I'm here to get out of her way and not stand in her way. I've learned more about myself from watching my wife do her thing. You can learn something from your own wife. You definitely can. And you can also learn something as her trusted partner to reel her in. And, it's probably not going to go over well, I'll be honest. And, you might find out some really toxic things about your partner if you try to talk them out of it. But you have to do what is best for your marriage, and you have to have a hand in being financially responsible. What advice do you have for spouse? This is more advice, blank. Go to events and see people behind the scenes. Go on the passport and Vegas trips, meet other husbands, reach the new spouses showing up. I would feel so bad if I had done that to my man when we had first got together. Oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't do that. Get involved. He got in the trenches of what the products are about and what her downlines need to get to their goal. It shows you really care. I think this means if you have the kids, take the kids. Let her have her days. Days? Okay, I'm all for mama needing a break. Okay, like an hour, a couple hours, maybe a whole day. I don't know how your village is set up. Sure, I get that. But when you're seeing your partner constantly on their phone, ignoring you or half listening, that to me is the same as ignoring. I would rather be ignored than half listened with no actual real responses. And how that transfers to your partner and your kids is not worth it in an MLM. It is not worth it, because a lot of times these people don't even have anything to show for it. They have like this fantasy land that exists in their head and online with these other people who live in the same fantasy land. But it doesn't translate to your real life that you would originally got involved in for. What do you say to unsupportive spouses or partners? Most guys need visible results. Yeah, I think that is a strength there where the guys need visible results. Like if you're a guy and your girl's in an MLM and you're not seeing visible results, like that money in the bank account going up, not down every time, like consistently going up because profit. If you're not seeing that, it's time to say, hey, let's crunch some numbers. Let's just look at, let's take away the pipe dream. Let's just look at the numbers. Let's do it together. You know how to handle your girl. You know how to make it come across the best way. Time after time with no support, the wife quits. Good. I'm not saying if your partner is in an MLM, talk shit to them, tell them they're stupid for being involved in it. Please don't do that. That is going to just cause strain, and that now it's going to be on you. Now it's going to be your fault. So don't do that. Don't be the first one to be a dick. When they get involved, magic happens and they grow. I don't think that magic happens. That magic happened for me and I grew. My growth as a person and as an adult was stunted for 4 years. I was sitting there on pause, hanging around people who thought the same as me. How is that interesting? I mean, I love having things in common with people, but how's that interesting? And also, I had this really big dilemma with pretending who I was online to attract people, to like attract more people. So being super vanilla, and then who I really was in real life and trying to like manage all of that. It's exhausting. Blank says, divorce him. Start bringing him to events and make it fun and have them meet other spouses at events. Jokes are funny when they have some truth to them, right? So his advice is to divorce him. Divorce them if they don't support you. I don't think divorce is the answer just because you don't like what your partner is doing. They could very well divorce you because you're othering them and they are your life partner. If we're going to sit around and throw around the D word, that's awfully dramatic. And that's also planting a seed. You're like, ha ha ha. But maybe he's a hater. And what do we do with haters, guys? We kick them to the curb. Show up as the rank you want to be, not the rank you are. I hate this one, and I'm not surprised they're still using this at a conference like this, but it sickens me because I did that. The moment I boxed for Diamond, I think it was during the $10 deal, was either the first or the second time I boxed for Diamond. And meaning I had enough people on my team to qualify. I just needed to get enough sales, whatever. I started working as that rank. Well, actually, I had been working as that rank. It's just like next to impossible to get people actually interested in the business. Anyways, that didn't make me more successful. That didn't make me hit Diamond. And yes, I was doing the work. And yes, I did have the right mindset. And yes, I was constantly learning. Yes, I was on every team call. And yes, I was constantly working on my mindset. Like, please. Your partner is either going to get in line or get out. Your wife is going to change and she needs you to match her. Those things over time will force you to change. Don't be comfortable with who you are. I am all for growth as a person. Regardless of what your spouse is doing, sure, you should be doing some amount of personal growth. But words like this, plus the divorce him joke, is not funny because people actually do this. MLMs cause great strain on people's relationships and they're making a joke of it. But people like me, who are a lot of the people in Monat, are going to sit there and think it is an option and it is a good idea. That's going to drastically change their livelihoods. So if you thought about starting your business in me, I wouldn't wait any longer, because we just launched makeup and no one else before has ever had makeup before. You need to join right now, because we have makeup. We have makeup. This is going to change the trajectory of our business. All right. I also want to talk about the looks, and I'll put some stuff on the screen for you guys. The looks, they serve. They really do. It's giving, it's everything. These Monat girls do know how to dress. Also, I thought it was interesting. They decorated, I think they're just like decals on the stairs for Monat. Kind of ended up looking like a vulva, but that's just my personal opinion. Here's something I enjoyed. My before stage process. So this is a top boss babe who's going to go speak on stage. Fun fact, I had about 5% voice capacity at this very minute. For the last 2 days, I've been doing everything under the sun to get my voice back. I was so worried about how I would sound, or if I was going to even be able to get out anything. I just trusted God and was able to get through my whole speech. Straight after I went back to having legit 2% of a voice. The enemy tried to silence me, but God's plans always prevail. Was it the enemy? Because sometimes I think that the Christian God is actually the bad guy. And that's a fun thought for another time. But the enemy trying to silence you, was it the enemy? Or did you eat off the floor? Please stop with the enemy. Stop with the violence. Why is it always when we talk about God, we got to talk about violence? Get it together. This is not attractive to people who are not in the book club. Here's a fun picture of everyone cheering on people for their paycheck amount. They're on stage taking pictures of them. Just taking picture of people who get a bigger paycheck than them. It's weird when you think about it in real life terms. $1 million earners from selling shampoo. No, none of these people are $1 million earners from selling shampoo. That is a teensy crumb, a piece of dust floating in the air in comparison to what actually gets them to being a millionaire in the company. But that's okay. Let's oversimplify, because it's easier to get people in when you spin the truth and sugarcoat things instead of being real and honest. Here you go. If all your prayers were answered, would they change the world, or would they change just your world? God, how can I help someone today? Well, I'll tell you, here is a way that you can help your own team and the people who are interested in joining your business. Come up with a game plan. Let's brainstorm. Let's think of other online opportunities if you want to stay working online that wouldn't involve exploiting your friends and family and innocent strangers on the internet and becoming a liar, that don't involve lying on social media or blurring the truth or feeling like a liar and taking advantage of other people to be in the same circumstance, monetarily speaking, as you. Let's come up with ways about that, and let's start to slowly and quietly, I think it's the best way to go out. It's what I did. Slowly and quietly back out of the MLM and help all these people on your team and these people interested find a real opportunity. I think that would be something Jesus would be proud of. There you go. There's your idea. What would I like to be remembered for? So this is to get people thinking, I want to be remembered for being a director. That's what I want to be remembered for, being a director in Monat. How sad is that? You want to be remembered for being a shampoo dealer? That's what you want your legacy to be. Okay, when you're not in an MLM, that sounds freaking weird. And again, Daniel G got on stage and had something really motivational to say. And I'm going to play that for you here.
But the number one reason why people don't join is because they don't feel like they can do it. You've heard that a million times. And sometimes they don't say, I don't have time, I don't have money. Sometimes they tell you, but realistically inside their head, they're saying, I don't feel like I could become like Mary. So I'm not going to join the business, so I'm just going to tell her I don't have.
No, I don't think I ever got a message from someone, other than thousands of people I DM'd in my time in MLM, that said, I don't think I can ever be like my upline, for instance, who was in, I think it was like the top 3%. No one ever asked me, oh, I couldn't be like her. No one ever said that. And I don't think anyone ever thinks that, because a lot of people who even are interested in MLMs aren't sitting here shopping for an upline. Okay? Like, you're probably one of like many, and maybe you're the one that talked to them the most, so they're going to join you,
Money, but there's no way in hell that I can become like Mary. So they don't join because of skill, time, and money, but that's what we offer inside the business. And then they give you a bunch of other, fake ones out there. Then they're just like, okay, well, yeah, I love everything that you just showed me, but let me just speak to my husband. Have we ever got that one? Yeah. Let me speak to my, yeah, okay, it's perfect. I'm just going to go back home and I'm going to just talk to my husband just so he's on board with it. And then
I'm sorry, what's wrong with speaking to your husband about joining Monat? What is it, 100, 200? I'll put it on the screen, the exact number, to join Monat. What's wrong with that? Oh, hey babe, is it cool if I spend like $200 on some hair care and start a business and join a commercial call? Like, is it okay if I do all this? Like, what's wrong with that? What if there's some bill you forgot and I was like, hey, we actually need that 200 for something else? Like, what is wrong with communicating with your partner? Are you cool if they just go do that? Not an MLM, and certainly not the one you're in. Is it okay if they just take $200 and go spend it for fun because they want to? Oh, okay.
like, okay, perfect, girl. Tomorrow, can I follow up with you tomorrow? What time? Okay, wait, pause. What's that? I have ladies in the room, so y'all are going to get this example right now. How many people here went shopping before Monat?
I have ladies in the room. Shut up. I don't know what the rest of you said because a lot of what I found is from people's stories. Oh, and again, some of the food. I mean, the food is honestly the best part of Monations. Like the food these girls get to eat. I don't know what this is. It looks incredible.
But can you believe it? Skincare, makeup. Like, what even is that? I swear, Monat is just the best at everything that they do. And this is going to just blow them up even more than they already are. Makeup that targets your skin like skincare. A concealer that also works like our eye smooth. Or mine is, I'm going to put it on in a minute. But that targets fine lines. And a mascara and a clear brow gel that both have. That was just such a major announcement today. I was expecting like possibly skincare, but nothing like this. So, I mean, I think we all just don't even know what to do with ourselves right now. I'm going to buy the pack that has all of them so I can try it out. They sold out of it today already, so I'm ordering it. And then if you want to know when it's going on sale so that you can get some of the skincare goodness, the skincare makeup goodness, then drop a heart here for me so that I can put you on my list to notify you as soon as it's available to the public. And we announced that we are launching our products in...
This is exactly how I felt when our company launched the keto coffee and the keto creamer. I was crying the same way these Monat girls are over makeup. Please, they think this is the biggest game changer on the face of the earth. Like this will be the thing that makes them successful because they launched skincare makeup. Yeah, of course she's going to buy it so she can try the pack. That's what they want because you're the main customer. Who else is this freaking jazzed about a brand launching makeup? MLMers. That's who. The people who are already in. They're the ones who are invested. I'm going to go ahead and speculate because I was in an MLM. So this is just from my experience, really. I'm going to go ahead and speculate that the people who sold it out are the distributors because it's been hyped up so much and they don't want to miss out. MLMs love to instill some serious FOMO and they don't want to miss out and they want to be the first person to get it, the first person you see on your timeline with it, so you'll go to them. Okay, I'm going to stop it there because it's just, DM me for more info kind of stuff. Oh, and so they played this clip from Rock at Monat. What do those things have to do with each other? I don't know. The same thing as last year when they had like a carnival at their Monat conference. Yeah, it's the same vibe. Although I'm sure this, because it's Rocky, is to motivate them. They're comparing this. I can almost guarantee it, and I wasn't even there, and I haven't even seen the context of why they're showing this, and I can almost guarantee that it's to motivate these people. Oh, well, I'm not getting hit in the face. I'm just sending DMs, and that person said no. But I'm not going to let that knock me down. I'm going to get right back up, and I'm going to send more hey girl messages. I want you to pay attention to the energy here, though. I was really happy to see that the energy was positive, and people seem to receive this positively. And I want you to watch this, but also the girl in the dark brown, she is so excited about it. She's clapping, she's into it. She's like almost wanting to like participate and like cheer him on. Super cute. But I did want to highlight this, that it did seem like the Monat community was accepting of this cultural moment. they do have a lot more diversity in Monat, I think, than a lot of MLMs when I was in an MLM had. And obviously that's a good thing. And there's a lot to be said about that there, but I'm going to leave that there. If you have commentary to share with the class, leave that down below. If you like this video, give it a little likesy poo. And if you super like this video, share it with your besties. And make sure you are subscribed so you get to see all of my videos. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in part 3.